Welcome to The Heart of Health Live. There's a place for modern medicine in your life. Learn to use it correctly by getting your toughest questions answered on today's broadcast. Discover modern medicine's strengths and weaknesses. Lifestyle medicine opens the door to optimum health and healing. How you live and what you eat can profoundly affect mind and body. Learn simple solutions to complex problems. God provides the ultimate healing we all desire. He wants us healthy and happy. We just need to understand His plan for our lives and live accordingly. And now, live from Studio 1A in Chattanooga, Tennessee, here's your Heart of Health host, Dr. James Marcum.
I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and I'm having a good day too. And we have a very special topic tonight, and it's one that's hold dear to me. But anyone can call in tonight and ask any medical question. We'll try to handle it. Our phone number is 855-644-3278. In case you flip channels, you are watching The Heart of Health Live, and I'm Dr. James Marcum. With me tonight is going to be Michelle Chinn. I'm going to introduce you a little bit more about her. She's a unique individual, and I'm so glad she's volunteered to help me out. Because you know I've been on every week now, and occasionally it's nice to have someone else help out, and I think if she likes it tonight and we're all nice to her, that she'll come back and be a co-host, and maybe I can answer some of your questions too. So we're hoping she just wants to serve, and she's been serving people. She's been worked as a nurse practitioner. She's studying for her doctorate degree, and she's very capable to co-host and answer your questions. So we're going to sort of see how she does tonight and see if she likes it. Hope she'll come back. But the big news tonight in the Heartwise family is baby Belle. Michael Bell, our producer, his wife Heidi, is going to have a baby pretty soon, almost any time. So if you have a question about babies, you know, she's going to be the one to ask in future shows once she gets some experience. So we want everyone out there in the Heartwise world to start praying for baby Belle, that this pregnancy will be great, it'll be easy, there'll be no problems, no complications, and better yet, virtually no pain. Now, wouldn't that be something to have that? So this is a big day. Baby Belle's going to be coming out. We'll keep you posted on Heartwise about the development of this young man. We already know the sex because of the ultrasound. So we're glad you're with us. We're here to serve you. We're here to answer your questions. Our phone number, don't forget that. It's 855-644-3278. Michelle Chinn is going to be back with us after the break, so give us a call. We want to answer your questions on Heart of Health Live.
The Heart of Health Live will return in just a moment.
The Heart of Health Live is brought to you by Heartwise Ministries.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Jennings with your Mental Health Minute. Would you like to experience better physical and mental health? Then consider volunteering in your community. Studies have shown that youth who give of their time to help others perform better in school, have greater self-confidence, and are more likely to become leaders in society than those who do not. And amongst adults, those who volunteer experience better physical and mental health, lower rates of disability while maintaining their autonomy as they age. And amazingly, these benefits persisted even after taking into account baseline limitations, socioeconomic status, health status, employment, exercise, smoking, and marital status. When we volunteer to help others, we activate the brain's love circuits, which calm the brain's fear circuits, reducing inflammation, thereby reducing physical and mental illness. To be smart requires a healthy brain, so be smart, live to give.
To learn more about mental health, visit comeandreason.com.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
I'm Dr. James Marcum, and I talk to patients every day who want to know the truth in healthcare. On our website, heartwiseministries.org, you can have your questions answered. You can read my blog where I talk about interesting and controversial subjects in medicine. You might choose to go to the radio or television sections and learn more about all sorts of health topics. take the time and go to heartwiseministries.org.
Medicines That Kill from cardiologist Dr. James Marcum is now available. In his newest book, Dr. Marcum explains why he believes that medications may very well be the #1 cause of death in America. Medicines That Kill uncovers the hidden risks associated with modern pharmaceuticals and outlines the biblical plan for physical and spiritual health. To find out how to get your copy, visit our website at heartwiseministries.org or call us toll-free at 855-644-3278.
You've got questions, we've got answers on the Heart of Health Live. Welcome back.
Well, you're glad we've joined us. On the last segment, I talked about Michelle Chinn. I talked about Baby Bell, who can't answer your questions. I've given our phone number, 855-644-3278, but I didn't mention, if you want to go on our website, heartwiseministries.org, I can answer your questions there, or our Facebook page. A lot of people are into Facebook and they want to be your friends, and you can join us on Facebook and be one of our friends and keep track of our ministry. We're so glad that we have Michelle Chinn. Michelle, welcome to Heart of Health Live.
Thank you, Dr. Marcum. I'm very happy to be here. It's very exciting.
You know, a lot of people tonight probably think this is sort of like Regis and Kathy Lee.
That's good.
So I guess I will be Regis and you can be Kathy Lee.
I like it.
Sort of like that. No, they don't have Kathy Lee anymore. That was the old.
No, you're right. They
Who
don't.
do they have in there? I forgot, but they have someone else.
I did too. But they do. She's very good.
But tell me, you've been in healthcare for a long time.
I have.
Sort of tell us some of your experience. I know you worked as a nurse for a while.
I did.
Tell us a little bit more.
I started out in Southern California working as a nurse. I've always had a love for cardiology. I started out on a heart floor. From a heart floor, went to the intensive care unit. From the intensive care unit, I also did open heart surgery for several years. And then ended up back in Southern California and spent a number of years in San Diego at a trauma center. And which was tremendous when it comes to learning and just learning all about
I'm going to stop
things.
you.
Sure.
Some of our listeners don't know what a trauma. Most of them know what the heart. What is a trauma center? What kind of stuff would you see?
A lot. There's 5 trauma centers in San Diego, so we were one of those. And you're going to get some pretty horrific accidents.
Oh, so accidents. Okay.
Accidents, anything from gang violence that turns very, very violent to innocent victim violence, to children, to motorcycles, to anything you can possibly think of. But it serves a great purpose.
You saw a lot of blood, huh?
Yeah, you do. But we also saved a lot of lives. That's the key. That's the key right there. You have a lot of opportunities.
That's a great place for modern medicine. An acute emergency.
Absolutely.
I think that's the best place for modern medicine to step in, and some of the greatest technologies when something terrible like that, and then you sort of can help out with the problem. And
there's a lot of sad stories, but there's a lot of good stories. And it's a very well-trained team. You can step in there and you can save lives, and that's the key.
So you did that for a while.
I did that for a while, and I went back to my love of cardiology, and I kind of got into a little administration, a little teaching at a university with nurse practitioner students. I worked as a nurse practitioner, so it's also a preceptor for nurse practitioners as well. But thoroughly enjoyed working with the patients and helping them to know more about how to prevent. When you're in cardiology, you're looking how to prevent these events. Generally speaking, by the time they came to us, they had already had an event. So our job was really to work with them on those things, comorbidities, those things that brought together will make somebody morbid and death. So our goal is really to prevent them from having a reoccurrence. Working with their life, working with just gently changing the things that you can change.
I like that
and helping them.
I like that word, gently.
Very important. Very important.
I've learned that. Sometimes we're out there and there's so much in a lifestyle that you don't know where to start. And I don't know, everyone has a different approach, but where I sort of like to start is I said, listen, let's ask God to help us and join us in this journey and pick one thing.
Right, that's exactly right.
So that was sort of your strategy there?
You do need to do that. It's overwhelming. They've already had other problems. So if you take baby steps, then you can get to a goal and look back and see how far you've really come.
Now let me stop you there, okay? Let me stop you there. What if I came to you and said, I've had a bypass surgery or whatever. What would be a baby step you would start with me?
A baby step I would start with you, it would be just to say, how do you think you got here?
Okay.
Because they need to identify that. It's really important, because if they don't see it as a problem, they're not going to join your team and try and fix the problem or try and educate themselves to just slowly turn things around. So we would look at their diet. How are they eating? How is that affecting the event that they could have had? We'd look at the exercise. Are they participating in exercise? Can we motivate them to participate in exercise? And we just look at the stress in their life. How are they handling the life situation that they're found in? And stress, as we both know, is a huge player in this. So we would just have a conversation and then have them tell us what they want to fix first. For some people, I know I have to quit smoking, I know, so we're going to start there. For some people, I know my diet is terrible, so we're going to start there. So you want to bring them in. Now you have those people that want to suddenly start changing everything all at once. And you almost have to reel them in and say, let's just focus on one thing and go from there. And go from there.
Have you ever found out in working with people that they think sometimes modern medicine fixes the problem?
Oh boy, yes, absolutely. They also think one more pill will fix the problem. You know, you may have a patient that comes in that already has things they need to work on. And now they are more short of breath. Usually it's lifestyle related, but they want one more pill. Just give me a pill so that, yes, they want you to fix it. And they want it fixed yesterday. And it's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. It's an opportunity.
Well, we're going to continue to tell your story.
Absolutely.
But we have a question that's come in. We want to answer all of our questions, and between the two of us, we're going to answer your question. Margaret, you're on with Michelle. Go ahead, Margaret.
I've been a diabetic for about 15 or 20 years and was taking natural things for it until my husband was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and my stress level was very high, and my blood sugars was running about 200, so I asked the doctor to put me on metformin. And my question is, because I've heard some negative things lately, is metformin safe, or is there something safer, and could metformin cause nausea and vomiting?
Say the last part again, Margaret. I didn't quite hear the last part. Could it cause what?
Could it cause nausea or vomiting?
Yes, it can. Actually, any medication that you take can cause nausea and vomiting, not just metformin. A lot of times when you take a new medication, it can cause that. You can get over that the longer that you're on. Now, is metformin safe? Metformin is one of the first things prescribed, and it's been proven safe across the board. And it sounds to me from what you're saying is that this has been brought on by the difficulty, just what you're having in life there. And stress can really do that. And you identified that the first part of your conversation there. So hopefully you can take the metformin under your doctor's advice. And then as hopefully that stress comes down, you may find you don't need it again. And that just diet and exercise can help you out.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Margaret, did you realize, I'm going to throw this in, Margaret, did you realize if you're a type 2 diabetic, the good news is 90% of type 2 diabetes can be cured.
Absolutely. Yes, it can.
And 1 hour of exercise is worth 5 units of insulin.
So that's kind of what we're talking about, Margaret, in the sense that as things in your life get settled a little bit, as you're doing what Dr. Marcum said about exercising, you may find that you may not need that medication. But for now, if your doctor feels that you need it now, absolutely, I would take it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling. You know, that's a very good point. You know, medicines, I think, help us over crises to see if we can do the things chemically we can do. You know, the metformin will change one chemical pathway. But when you exercise, all the chemistry gets better.
Absolutely. You
know, when you have rest and sleep better, all the chemistry gets better. And like I say, I have some doctor friends that I work with, and if patients work hard, it's possible to maybe be off medicines. And I think that should be our goal, is to change things naturally. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I would tell patients who have had an event, they come in, they don't want to take, say, cholesterol medication. And we might say to them that, you know, right now, you need it. But as we change your life, we're more than happy to decrease that.
Well, we want you to give us a call. We want to answer your questions, 855-644-3278. Go get a glass of water and join us right after this break.
The Heart of Health Live will return in just a moment.
I'd like to think that one day, when we get to heaven, we're going to see a list of people. People like Jared and Susan, who were introduced to Jesus because of something we said. Or maybe it was as simple as a passing smile. But these people will look into their past and be able to say, I'm here because of you. Recently, you may have heard that HeartWise Ministries has begun spreading the gospel to the young, the old, the sick, and the healthy using this very television program. But we need your help. We want to take this type of medical programming to the non-believer and the person who has closed themselves off to traditional forms of outreach. If you believe as we do and want to support HeartWise so that together we can count more names on the Tree of Life, please consider donating today at heartwiseministries.org. That's heartwiseministries.org.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
HeartWise Ministries and these adorable sheep want to remind you that every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, the Heart of Health Live is all new with an exciting guest. That's 6 p.m. right here on this station.
You've got questions, we've got answers on the Heart of Health Live. Welcome back.
I'm Dr. James Marcum, and I'm with Michelle Chinn, and we're talking about your health. And if anyone wants to answer a question, we're willing, between the two of us, to answer a question on just about anything except babies. We're not going to do babies tonight. Give us a call, 855-644-3278. But we have a mother-to-be that might be willing to come on and help us. It's Heidi Bell. Michael Bell's our producer. His wife is going to have a baby. And in the next couple of weeks, I think by the first or second week of June, we're going to give you a complete report, maybe even a picture. Michelle, we've been talking about all sorts of neat things. I think you made a great thing. We were talking during break. All this advice, you have to really work with your doctor and come up with a game plan.
Absolutely.
You know, and like I said, we just give suggestions, and
That's right.
you know, we give a point of view. And sometimes it helps to know that the people are answering questions and doing all those things. But there's like a question on that form. We don't want anyone to stop their medicine.
Absolutely not.
But there is a chance if they do it. Most doctors, I found, are willing. If a patient says, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to eat right, they're willing to get you off of some of those medicines.
Absolutely.
So that's very exciting. Now, you told us a little bit about your life. We walked through your San Diego experience. You're teaching nurse practitioner students. And now I know you're working on a big degree. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, it is. I am working on a doctorate in nursing practice.
Okay.
And it is a big degree. It takes a lot of time. But one of the things I have passion for is women and heart disease, clearly, but also our health care at large, advocacy, what's happening at the political realm as well, healthcare policy, and how are we going to take care of people.
That's good. We're going to have to start talking about policy on this program.
Yes, healthcare policy and how that's going to affect how people are doing. My doctoral thesis is on that.
A lot of people don't understand policies and all, but how it affects them.
They don't know how it affects them. They don't know how the change in policy is going to affect their everyday life.
Well, we're going to have to start, as things come up that are important to our audience, we're going to have to start talking about it and make it simple and let people know how it will affect them.
Right.
Lewis, you're on. It might be Luis. Is it Luis or Lewis? Luis? Are you on?
Lewis.
Oh, Lewis.
Yeah.
50-50.
You're on Heart of Health Live. Go ahead with your question, Lewis.
Okay. Last year, my wife was weighing 117 pounds. And that's been about 6 months ago. And now she weighs about 85. The doctors here say she has dementia, Alzheimer's. But why is she losing so much weight is my concern, and she's eating.
Louis, what if they told you when you've gone to see the doctor? What if they said that might be the reason for that?
They don't have an answer for her losing the weight.
Does she live at home with you, or is she living somewhere else?
No, I'm taking care of her at home.
Does her appetite seem to be the same to you as it was a year ago?
It's a little bit less, but she's still eating.
That's
and
good.
I give her the best food that money can buy.
Absolutely. And you know what? It sounds like you're doing a very good job. One of the things that I would recommend to you is to work with your doctor and possibly get a nutritionist involved. So if she still has her appetite, and it sounds like she's still eating, then maybe there are some ways that you can give her a few different foods that may have more calories to them. I'd also say, is she exercising? Is she able to get up and walk around? Because that also will increase her appetite. So is she able to get up and around the house?
No, ma'am, she can't walk now.
So that does make it difficult, and maybe they can help you with some therapy where she can use her arms and do some other types of things to keep her active. But truly, I think your best way to go here would be to work with your doctors and see if a nutritionist can come in and help you have meals that may meet her needs a little bit better. Dr. Marcum, your thoughts?
Yeah, Louise, a couple things in thinking about it is I'm sure your doctors have checked blood and make sure there's not a metabolic problem like the thyroid being slow or any other diseases. But a couple things, and I have the privilege of working with people all the time that have lost weight when they're demented. I think that Michelle's suggestion is right. There's some of these energy drinks that you just swallow it, and it's loaded with calories, and it can help you a lot. She might need something like this. But one of the things that I want to leave with you today is, lots of things, disease happens, unfortunately it's a world that's not perfect. And God is going to heal her someday if you stay in that relationship with Him. And I know it's hard on a daily basis, but I just want you to know that we are going to be praying for you, Louis, that you and it sounds like you're taking wonderful care of her. We just want to uplift you and her, because I know this is not an easy thing to be going through when you're caring for a loved one that their brain is not thinking right. But I just want to thank you for caring enough to take care of her. A lot of people, I can tell that you really love her and want her to do well. And sometimes this disease, no matter how perfect things are, sometimes things get worse, and sometimes they lose weight. But no matter what, as long as you have your faith in that relationship, in the end things are going to turn out okay.
Absolutely.
Doctor, can I say one little thing more?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Louis.
The doctor, because she had started to lose some appetite, so the doctor gave her some pills to get her up, to give her appetite. So after I give her those pills, she started eating better then.
If it was me, I would. If it was my wife, I would. And there's one that they use called Megace that's sometimes very effective, and I would do it. I would. If my doctor recommended it, think that's the best, I would do that.
What is that?
If that's the pill that he gave you to help her appetite.
Yes, I give it to her.
Good. Oh, well, we're hoping that will help her some too.
And I give her Ensure.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Sounds like you're doing everything right. Sounds like you're doing everything. Okay, well, we'll be praying for you, Louis, and just I hope everything goes well with you and your wife, okay? Blessings to you. Okay. Well, that's always a challenge.
It is.
And
it's very difficult.
There's many people out there, Michelle, that have diseases that are getting worse, and they need. If we can't fix everything on earth, we know that there's a God in heaven that in that relationship He's going to provide healing with us, even though we don't sometimes understand that.
That's true.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, that's just a sad story, but that's a great way. When someone's losing weight, I want to make sure that they don't have a medical problem that would do it.
Yes.
A lot of people forget about depression.
Right.
Sometimes depression can cause you to lose weight. Sometimes people thyroid and sometimes malignancies and things that increase your metabolism. But I think that, the big thing is, when people are sick and ill, it's just sort of a chronic disease and they're just gradually losing weight.
And sometimes with dementia, they just forget to eat like they forget a lot of things.
And I find it very hard.
Forget.
I don't know if you've that. I find it very hard when people are forgetful to evaluate their symptoms, because sometimes they forget that they don't feel bad.
Right.
And as a caregiver, the problem is more and more people are getting dementia of all types, and it's sort of a catastrophic illness. So we want to talk to people about preventing that from happening. There's some things we can do when we're younger, like you talked about earlier, this management that we can do to prevent that. It's about time for us to go to break. You're watching Heart of Health Live. You can join us on our website, heartwiseministries.org. Be one of our Facebook friends if you would like. You still have plenty of time to give us a call, 855-644-3278. We're going to answer your questions, and more important than that, we're going to be praying for you that God will enter a healing relationship with you. Michelle and I are going to be right back, so stay with us. Give us a call, 855-644-3278.
The Heart of Health Live will return in just a moment.
Could It Be This Simple changed my life. What an amazing and solid yet fulfilling and liberating message Dr. Jennings provides. I loved it.
It is liberating. It frees your mind from all your mental turmoil and teaches you what is really going on.
This book is amazing and makes so much sense. It shows God as a God of love rather than an arbitrary, exacting God.
I am so grateful that a friend suggested I read Could It Be This Simple? It has helped me fine-tune my thinking.
This book not only helps the mind to heal, but helps to liberate the emotions by bringing them into balance. You will be captivated with the case studies liberally sprinkled throughout this small, easy-to-read book. I dare you to read it.
Get your copy of Could It Be This Simple, a biblical model for healing the mind, at Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
I'm Dr. James Marcum, and I talk to patients every day who want to know the truth in healthcare. On our website, heartwiseministries.org, you can have your questions answered. You can read my blog where I talk about interesting and controversial subjects in medicine. You might choose to go to the radio or television sections and learn more about all sorts of health topics. Take the time and go to heartwiseministries.org. Hi, I'm Dr. James Marcum, speaker, director of Heartwise Ministries. And at Heartwise, our goal is to bring people into a relationship with the Heavenly Father using modern medicine and the healing principles found in the Bible. We teach people that there is a place for modern medicine and a healthy lifestyle, but it is in a relationship with their Creator where ultimate healing can occur. Over the past years, our ability to share this message of truth, love, and healing around the world has increased exponentially. But to continue this steady growth, we need your help. We are looking and praying for 100 individuals willing to give $1,000 a year. If the Spirit is moving you to become one of the Heartwise 100, won't you consider donating online today at heartwiseministries.org.
You've got questions, we've got answers on the Heart of Health Live. Welcome back.
We are so glad you're calling in tonight. We want to answer your questions. If one person has a question, Michelle, lots of people have
Absolutely.
the same question.
Always.
And we have quite a few questions. And right now we're going to Kathleen from Portland. Kathleen, you're on with Michelle. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, my question is for my sister-in-law.
Okay.
She's been having trouble with pancreatitis. And they said that when they did the scope test on her, that she's got calcification in her pancreas. And I was wondering if there was some natural supplementation or special foods that might help relieve that.
Okay, yeah, that's a great question.
It is a very good question.
And I'll start unless
Go
you want
ahead.
to start. Pancreatitis means there's inflammation of the pancreas, okay? And the key for her is to find out why. Lots of people that have pancreatitis have scarring and calcifications, but she's going to know why does she have pancreatitis, because that's going to be the key to successful treatment. The most common cause of pancreatitis, believe it or not, Rod, is stones. You pass a kidney stone through a duct, it gets in the duct, the fluids can't move through. They make fluids like amylase that helps digest lots of right.
Yeah.
That's common. Sometimes it could be a medication. Sometimes sometimes it could be a toxin in her environment. So sometimes people just get it. So they want to know the reason why. Now the treatment of pancreatitis, believe it or not, is to rest your pancreas if you can't let it heal. And the pancreas digests protein. So also we tell people less protein, let the pancreas heal itself while your doctors look for the cause. So I guess the big thing, Kathleen, is see if they can figure out why it's happening. If they can figure out why it's happening, that's going to be the key to treatment. As far as natural remedies, yes, the natural remedies is to rest your pancreas by not eating a lot of especially protein-rich foods. Fatty foods tend to make it worse too. So she's going to want to get on a sort of a plant-based diet. She's going to want to have her doctors look for things including medicines and toxins and stones that could be causing this. So I hope that helps a little bit, okay?
Thank you very much. She has had problems with kidney stones and gallstones in the past.
And both of those. The other thing I would
Yeah.
just add to what Dr. Marcum was saying here is the importance of finding out how she got this is crucial to prevention the next time around. So they can work with her on diet and those type of things, but she doesn't want to get it again. It's no fun.
Right. Thank you for calling us, Kathleen. Okay, we appreciate it. Danielle, you're on Heart of Health Live. Go ahead with your question. Danielle?
Yes. My daughter is 8 months old, and I wanted to find out what her blood type was, so I called today. And my question is, I'm O positive, my husband is B negative, but they said her blood type is B positive. Is that common, that you can have a combination?
If you have the positive tag to it, then she can be positive. So they can be O, B, and the positive negative is just which one she picks up. So yes, that's very common. That's not uncommon at all.
That's fine. I mean, that's
She's still all yours.
Yeah, she's yours.
All yours.
Oh, she is. Okay, that eases my mind a little bit. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Danielle. That's a good question.
It is a good question. It's a very good question.
On Heart of Health Live, there's no thing as a question that's not a good question.
No, because truly, like you said before, somebody else
Yeah.
thought it, just didn't have the guts to ask it.
You know what? We have had lots of women calling.
Yes.
We don't had any men calling. I don't know whether they're just all healthy and the women aren't healthy or what.
I think women are more gutsy. They're more
Okay.
willing to seek
Well,
their
let's
answers.
talk to our next gutsy woman.
There you
Brenda,
go.
you're on Heart of Health. Go ahead, Brenda. Brenda?
Hello.
Go ahead.
I've had gallbladder surgery 17 years ago, and right now I have really bad, severe chronic pain every day, which won't go away. They did tons of tests on me. They did surgery on me, and they can't find nothing wrong with me. And they said everything is fine. Every time I go to the doctor, my vital signs are great. And I used to drink, and I stopped drinking 4 years ago, cold turkey, and then I was well for about 4 months, and then all of a sudden I got sick, and they said from the drinking there was nothing wrong with my liver, which I was surprised about that. So they just have me on pain medication. I do some walking, and my diet is I can't eat anything. My stomach can't tolerate anything. It just hurts all the time, 10 plus pain. I also have a close relationship with the Lord and been waiting patiently to get healed, and wanted wanted to know what you think about it.
Okay, well, thank you, Brenda. Go ahead.
Right. First, I want to commend you for stopping drinking. I think that is going to help tremendously. And I know that you're saying that you had relief for 4 years, and then you also had other types of pain. And this is a complicated issue. It is not easy. It is not easy in any way, shape, or form. It makes it very, very difficult day to day for you. And I want you to know that we recognize that. We truly recognize that. And being close to God is key. It's key. You have pain to deal with. He can help you deal with that. Now, when it comes to the question, can you tell me what is your question here? Are you asking what you should do next?
I want to know, what do you think the pain is? The doctor can't find nothing on me. When I go in, my vital signs are great. I don't have high blood pressure. They did a colonoscopy and endoscopy twice. I went to specialists. They said everything's clean. There are no ulcers, nothing. But I have chronic, severe pain in my stomach, and I don't eat. I can't even work. It's only 20 minutes, and I'm on a high dose of morphine, and it
makes it difficult. It makes it very difficult. There's a lot of things in your gut besides what we think about, and it could be as simple as adhesions, scar tissue. Sounds like you've had several surgeries. We don't have the answer for you for what it is. We don't. Sounds like you know what it isn't. You just don't know what it is. Sometimes there's peace of mind in knowing what it isn't, but it doesn't always make it more easier to deal with. But I don't think that's one that we're going to be able to answer for you here today.
No. And Brenda, a couple things in dealing. We've had some pain management specialists on, and keep looking for the cause. And another thing that's very important, I'm glad you got your faith, because God will be faithful to heal you in His time.
Absolutely.
And another thing is, keep working on things that might help pain that are natural. The pain medicine helps, but music, exercise can sometimes help. Eating a healthy diet, whatever you can eat, avoiding inflammatory type foods. Trying to be upbeat and happy. We know that helps calm the pain circuits too.
It does.
So keep working on that. Try to focus on helping others. That's another way that helps your pain. When you serve, it helps your pain out as well. So we want to let you know we're going to be praying for you, but we're about ready to go to break, Brenda. So we want to thank you for calling us. Boy, that's a tough one.
It's very difficult.
Lots of people have chronic pain.
It is very difficult. It is.
We're going to go to break, and after the break, Haley has a question for us. We're going to go to Haley after break. You still have time to give us a call, 855-644-3278. You're watching Heart of Health Live.
The Heart of Health Live will return in just a moment.
I'd like to think that one day, when we get to heaven, we're going to see a list of people like Jared and Susan, who were introduced to Jesus because of something we said. Or maybe it was as simple as a passing smile. But these people will look into their past and be able to say, I'm here because of you. Recently, you may have heard that Heartwise Ministries has begun spreading the gospel to the young, the old, the sick and the healthy using this very television program, but we need your help. We want to take this type of medical programming to the non-believer and the person who has closed themselves off to traditional forms of outreach. If you believe as we do and want to support Heartwise so that together we can count more names on the Tree of Life, please consider donating today at heartwiseministries.org. That's heartwiseministries.org.
Have you ever heard things about God that didn't make sense? Have you ever thought that science and Scripture cannot be reconciled? Have you heard ideas about God that scare you? Or are you just tired and confused? If you want answers to complex problems, If you want a testable, evidence-based understanding of God and the world around you, an understanding in which the Bible and science harmonize to reveal the reality that God is love all the time, then Come and Reason Ministries is for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Jennings, board-certified psychiatrist, and Come and Reason Ministries is dedicated to helping you learn to discern, to stimulate you to think, to help hone and refine your ability to know the right from the wrong, the healthy from the unhealthy, and teach you how to experience healing of your mind, body, and relationships here and now. If you would like an evidence-based approach to knowing God, then visit us online at comeandreason.com.
Heartwise Ministries and these adorable sheep want to remind you that every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, the Heart of Health Live is all new with an exciting guest. That's 6 p.m. right here on this station.
You've got questions, we've got answers on the Heart of Health Live. Welcome back.
You know, that sheep gets more attention than almost anybody else, and we're here. Our exciting guest tonight is Michelle Chinn, and we're hoping Michelle likes it enough to come back again and help host us and help answer your questions. Haley, you're on with Michelle. Go ahead, Haley.
Well, I've just been having a lot of problems with different thoughts coming in my head, and it's just like I've been having some panic attacks about it. Like these thoughts have been coming in my head, like, and I've been worrying about my parents because of them. And then there's like this voice that goes in my head, and it's everything I love about my parents. It's saying, it's like, you don't need to love them, don't love them. It's driving me crazy because it's been going on for a few days now, and I just don't know what to do about it. It's like everything I love, like my animals, my parents has been doing that. And I don't know what to do. So hoping y'all have some answers for me.
Haley, you said it's only been happening for a couple days, never before that?
Well, it's been a few days, but about a week, but it hasn't happened before that.
Do you know why it might have started just a week ago? I said, anything happened a week ago that really bothered you? And you don't have to tell me what it is. But was there something that really upset you that happened? And again, you don't have to say what it was.
No, not really.
Is it getting better, or is it getting worse, or is it the same?
Seems to be getting worse because I've been having anxiety attacks a lot, and I've been throwing up constantly because it's worrying me.
Haley, is there somebody you can talk to about this?
Well, my parents and my grandparents, but...
Good, that's good.
We've been praying for it for a while, and I didn't know if y'all knew what was going on, and I really need some help.
There can be a lot of different things. Dr. Marcum, what are your thoughts?
Well, Haley, we are so sad, we're going to be praying for you, okay? And lots of people have these type of problems, so you're not alone, okay? But, we can't really tell just by talking to you one time what's going on, but there are some people that might be able to help you a lot, okay? And what I would recommend you doing is make an appointment to see your doctor, okay, who can examine you, to take a look at you, to talk to you and get a little more details and make sure there's no medical reasons, or maybe something in your diet or something you're taking might be doing that. Then after that, he might, once he sort of sees what's going on, he might send you some other people that can help you even more. But I think the most important thing, you've realized that something is not right and you need some help. So we want to just encourage you to don't let it get worse. I want you to, tomorrow or whenever, call somebody, make an appointment to see a doctor so they can examine all your physical, make sure that's good.
That's right.
And once they do that, they can decide if there's something else they might need to do after that. But I think that you're reaching out for help. We can't really tell what's going on for here, but we're hurting for you. And I think if you do these things, that'll be the step in the right direction.
Absolutely. Haley, don't let it go. Okay, kiddo, don't let it go. Make sure you follow up on what Dr. Marcum just said there, because it truly is very, very important, sweetie.
But there's I'm also diabetic. I didn't know if y'all knew any thing related to that with the problems I'm having.
It could be related.
It could be, honey. It could be related. Everything could be related. But what Dr. Marcum said is really the path you need to take. You need to get a hold of your doctor. Obviously, you have a doctor if you're a diabetic. So get a hold of that doctor. They may need to, just as Dr. Marcum said, they may need to check your blood level, check your blood sugars, check your other blood chemistries. Right. There could easily just be something physical that they need to tweak so that you're feeling better about things. And that's real important, so don't wait, okay? Don't wait. Make sure you make that call.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Haley, for calling, and we're going to put you on our prayer list, okay? Thank you, Haley.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's a very important point for everybody. When you know something's not right, pray about it and get some help.
Absolutely, and those go together.
And Haley is reaching out. Carmen, you're on with Michelle. You're on Heart of Health Live. Carmen, go ahead. Carmen?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, can you hear me?
Speak up just a little bit, Carmen.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm not used to talking really loud. Okay.
Carmen, we can't hear you. You're breaking up a little bit.
Make sure your TV's off and try to, speak a little bit louder if you can, Carmen, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
A little bit better. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm originally born and raised in New York. I never, in my life, I taken no medication.
Carmen, I think that you're on a cell phone and the signal might not be very good where you are.
Carmen, I'm sorry, but we're really not understanding you. A couple things that I would suggest. You can either call back on the landline or go to our website, heartwiseministries.org, and I'd be happy to address your question. But we're just not hearing you, Carmen. Okay. So we're going to go on to Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis, or Mrs. Davis, or whoever's calling from Louisville, you're on Heart of Health Live. Go ahead.
Yes, I have a problem when I eat. About 15 minutes after I eat, I have diarrhea, and that's every time I eat. So I'm trying to find out what it is. I went to the doctor, had my blood. They took my blood and everything. Everything is fine. So, but I don't know what that is.
How long have you had that? How long have you had it?
Over 6 months.
That's quite a while. That's 6 months is quite a while. Have they by chance put you on an elimination diet for what might be irritating your bowels?
No.
You may want to talk to your doctor about that.
What is that exactly?
An elimination diet, there's certain things that are commonly cause this, that people can commonly have. It's like a food allergy to it. Things like corn, wheat, soy products, there's several things that are out there that can cause this. And sometimes it's good that you went to the doctor and you're safe in knowing there doesn't seem to be anything that's life-threatening. There's not something horrible going on. So now it's time to kind of get into the weeds a little bit and see what else you can find out. And it may just be that there's an irritant in your digestive tract that's causing this. People can not have allergies when they're young and then develop them when they're older. So talk to your doctor about seeing a nutritionist and try an elimination diet and see if you can't find out what's triggering it.
I think that's
okay, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you for calling, Mrs. Davis. You know, I didn't know. I should have guessed it was a woman there. It just said C on my screen.
Yeah,
so
that's all right.
I just messed up on that one. We still have time to answer your questions. Our phone number is 855-644-3278. And a lot of these questions have been great. And when one person calls, a lot of persons might hear something that would help them. I think that's great when you have GI problems that you can't figure out what it is. Maybe it's a food that's causing an immune reaction that's making you sick. I can't tell how many people I've taken off dairy and they've gotten better.
Yes, dairy's another one.
Rosalind, we're going to be back after this break. You're watching Heart of Health Live, so stay with us. We're going to be with Rosalind after this short break.
The Heart of Health Live will return in just a moment.
I'm Dr. James Marcum, and I talk to patients every day who want to know the truth in healthcare. On our website, heartwiseministries.org, you can have your questions answered. You can read my blog where I talk about interesting and controversial subjects in medicine. You might choose to go to the radio or television sections and learn more about all sorts of health topics. Take the time and go to heartwiseministries.org.
Medicines That Kill from cardiologist Dr. James Marcum is now available. In his newest book, Dr. Marcum explains why he believes that medications may very well be the #1 cause of death in America. Medicines That Kill uncovers the hidden risks associated with modern pharmaceuticals and outlines the biblical plan for physical and spiritual health. To find out how to get your copy, visit our website at heartwiseministries.org or call us toll-free at 855-644-3278.
Hi, I'm Dr. James Marcum, speaker, director of Heartwise Ministries. And at Heartwise, our goal is to bring people into a relationship with the Heavenly Father using modern medicine and the healing principles found in the Bible. We teach people that there is a place for modern medicine and a healthy lifestyle, but it is in a relationship with their Creator where ultimate healing can occur. Over the past years, our ability to share this message of truth, love, and healing around the world has increased exponentially. But to continue this steady growth, we need your help. We are looking and praying for 100 individuals willing to give $1,000 a year. If the Spirit is moving you to become one of the Heartwise 100, won't you consider donating online today at heartwiseministries.org.
You've got questions, we've got answers on the Heart of Health Live. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Rosalind, you're on Heart of Health Live. Go ahead with your question, Rosalind.
Yes, doctor. I'm 70 years old.
Congratulations.
And I just recently joined the gym. And I noticed that after exercising, like doing abdominal exercises, that I start having problems with hemorrhoids. And I'm wondering, is the exercise causing this, or what could it be?
Now, you're saying you just started going to the gym, so when did you start?
It's been a week now.
Okay. You probably didn't develop hemorrhoids in a week. However, when you're doing abdominal exercises and you're putting that pressure on your abdomen, that's the same as like having a bowel movement. So it is putting pressure on that area. So if you've had some hemorrhoids that you may not have noticed before, and now you're doing a lot of abdominal exercises, you may now be noticing that a little bit more. Number one, congratulations on going to the gym at 70 years old and doing abdominal exercises. That's very good and very important. I mean, that's terrific to be doing that, especially as a woman. So congratulations on that one. Dr. Marcum, did you want to add something?
Yeah, a couple things is, Sometimes if there's some creams that will help, and sometimes the hemorrhoids might heal on its own. Remember, these are veins that get pooched out, sort of like varicose veins in a bad spot, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you can go to your doctor, and there's some simple procedures that he can do to help these, and it's called banding procedures, and that might be what needs to be done if they don't sort of get better on their own. But I would go see your doctor, have him look at him, see if he can help you out, because you definitely want to keep exercising, Rosalind.
Absolutely.
So keep up the good work, and that's a great question. But I think of like hemorrhoids are like varicose veins in the bottom.
They are.
Yeah. So we'll be praying for you, and we hope you get fixed up soon, okay?
All right, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We have had a question that comes in. This person is having a lot of insomnia, don't sleep well at night. What are some things that might help a person start to sleep better?
Well, it's an interesting topic in the sense that the articles have just recently truly been flooding the market on the importance of not having what's called blue light.
Blue light, okay.
Blue light. So blue light in the sense of how many of us have an iPad that we're checking before we go to bed? How many of us have iPhones or any variation thereof? Televisions in the bedroom. And so because that particular type of light, from what they're saying, is it makes your brain think it's daylight. And it's just the way that lighting is. So one thing that can help is eliminating that prior to going to bed within a few hours, not checking that phone just before you go to sleep. And they're also saying that children, high schoolers, are having this problem mostly because they have their phones there and they're checking them right before they go to bed, and it's making it so they're not sleeping well.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Other things that can cause us not to sleep good at night, that don't think eating big at night.
Yes, very
important.
Caffeine, very important.
Sometimes you're taking certain medicines that do it. Stress is another big one. So I always encourage people, try to find out the reason why. And you know what, Michelle, we're running out of time, but we want to thank you for calling. And unfortunately, Lori and Marguerite, we're not going to be able to get to you, but if you will either leave your question with a caller or leave your website, we'll try to answer that question. And we want to thank you, Michelle, for joining us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Next time, maybe we'll switch places and have you over here, and maybe I'll have over there. And we just thank you for giving your time and service tonight. We want to thank each one of you for being part of our program, for being part of our family. And remember, we want you to uplift us as we have a new baby coming to the Hartwise family, baby Belle. So thank you for joining us on Heart of Health Live. I'm Dr. James Marcum, praying for you and wishing you the best of health. Thanks for joining us.